Hey there, everyone. Good morning, and welcome to AskSpot Office Hours Live Help Sessions. This is where you can ask your quick question regarding AskSpot and get live help. So you can just drop it here on the chat, or you can even unmute your mic. And on these live builds, also on these live calls, we do live builds, so we can show you how different AskSpot tools can work in real use cases. And our topic for today is called let me go back to that screen. It's called the Local Date Night Planner Bot. Okay. So it's going to be really fun. We're going to build a fun use case, and it's surprisingly super simple here in AskSpot. So it's going to be a canvas that will give users a full personalized plan for a night out. And the city I chose for this is around Nashville. So you can just repurpose this for a different city. You can just easily adapt this to your own city if you want. So it's going to be creating a plan for a night out with a dinner plus a personalized activity, all based on their mood, their budget, and their vibe. So basically, the AI is going to be collecting some questions first, some input first from the user, and then it's going to create their plan. And on this call, I'll also show you how fast this comes together with the canvas and how valuable it can be for local bloggers. Maybe you have a newsletter in your own city, or you're working with lifestyle creators, or maybe just anyone that's running campaigns for restaurants and venues. So it will show you how, AI can just go way beyond support questions, way beyond chats, and while also promoting local businesses. So let's go ahead and dive into it right now. And let me just exit out of my Canvas screen, go to my AskSpot account, and over here on your AskSpot page, I'll just go inside the business and click create in here. Canvas. So let's just name this local date night bot. Oh, let's try planner. It will allow us. There you go. And click create. So it's creating the tool for us. Now let's go inside Canvas. And for the sources, so what I did was I asked ChatGPT to give me a comprehensive knowledge base of Nashville local restaurants and activities. However, I noticed that my ChatGPT assistant was not, creating as comprehensive as a list as I wanted to. It was only giving me at least five restaurants and then five activities. So what I did is I went to Claude. So this is the exact prompt that I asked Claude that you can just reuse. So you can just put your city name right here. If you're in your New York, you can just change this to New York. So this is the exact prompt that I use, and it was able to give me a very comprehensive guide. I think this one has 15 pages of local guides regarding the famous chicken spots in Nashville, some fine dining and notable restaurants, music and entertainment. So I just put this entire thing into this online document right here. And this is what I fed the AI with. So let me just click share on that, copy link, done. And let's make sure to get that added right here. So the AI will pull its information, its local business information from that sheet. There you go. Now let's go to settings, and over here on our settings, let's just customize the header a little bit. Let's change the title, maybe the button text and the button URL. Okay, awesome. Let's make sure that's saved. And then let's just add a few custom links right here. So let's just say top links this week. Let me just copy that. Copy link address. Top picks this week. Also change that. And then maybe submit a Nashville venue. So local businesses can also submit their own business so that they'll be featured in this tool. And then add another link, maybe more local guides. So like what I said, guys, this is just an idea of what you can put in the header section of your canvas. You can just simply delete it if you want, or you can replace this with something more relevant when you duplicate this canvas. So let's save changes on that. And now let's head over to our chat settings. So I will enable voice chat. I mean, it's helpful to have that. And then as for our headline, let me just put that right here. What kind of night are you in the mood for? And then let's put our initial message. It will say, let's plan a night out in Nashville. You won't forget. You just answer a few quick questions, and I'll match you with a perfect dinner plus activity convo based on your mood, vibe, and budget, all featuring the best local spots. Okay, that's great. Later, we'll add some channels so that they can select from those options when viewing this AI. All right. Now let's go to customization. Let's use this custom theme that I created right there. Or okay, yep, it's this one. Let's make sure to save changes for that. And then for our AI configuration, so this is where everything will, this is how the AI will help the user based on the prompt that we added. So let me just show you guys the exact prompt. So over here, as you can see, we just explained what its role is. So you are the Nashville date night concierge. You're a friendly, hyper local expert who help users plan the perfect date night in Nashville. And then I also define its goal. And then a few important rules, which is ask the following questions one at a time in this exact order. Wait for each answer before asking the next. So here's the questions that the AI will ask the user so that it will be able to generate a response. And then after collecting everything, it will generate this exact output format. So we just provided it with the exact output format that we want so that it doesn't go astray with any kind of other outputs right out there. So you have your restaurant name and also your activity name. And then one thing you can do also in here is that if your comprehensive knowledge base has a way of like booking, being able to book directly. So if you have like booking links on this restaurant, you can just simply ask the AI to also provide the booking link for the restaurant, or maybe the website link of the restaurant, and then it will include that on its output. So now that we have our system prompt, let me just make sure to change this to 4.0. Like I said, we like using 4.0 for that, and I think that's good. Now let's go over here to our channels, add channel, and then let's add a question channel right here. And it's going to be start planning my Nashville date. Okay, awesome. Now let's add another one, maybe some recommendations from the AI. So let's say top picks this week. Okay, now maybe let's add. Oh, right. We're going to add a form where businesses can submit their own so that they'll be featured with this AI. So let's do a submit a venue form. I already pre-created that earlier under the lead form section. I use an opt-in form right here. And as you can see, this is how it looks like. So basically, submit a venue and get featured in our local date night tool. So we're asking for their business name. We're asking for their email, of course. Their types, is it a dining, is it activity, address or neighborhood, website, and then booking info if applicable. And then a short description of their local business right there. And then, so we will be connecting this to our Canvas tool. Let me go to businesses, Canvas, and also We'll call Date Night Planner Bot. Go to channels. So we already have these two right here. Now let's add another one and use add form. So let's just name this submit a venue. And then select from the drop down. So we're not going to make it as a primary. We're going to make it as an optional form that they can just click on if they're interested in submitting their venue. So let's put that right here. Okay, awesome. Now let's save the changes and let's see how our tool looks like now. Okay, great. That looks awesome. Now let me just go over here to share and make sure to change our SEO and open graph settings since we will be sharing this, of course, we'll be sharing this to others. So let's make sure to put our own SEO title right here and then the description right here and then a favicon image. Let's do a direct upload. So I already edited one in Canva. Okay, that's been uploaded. So that's our SEO setting and then our open graph. So if you want to share this online, you may want to custom your open graph settings so that is exactly what they'll see. And then add image. So this one was edited inside Canva too. Okay, there you go. So that looks great. Now when we share this outside AskSpot, so it will look like this exactly as it is. Now let's do a preview. Okay, so let's try testing this right now. So like what I said, when it comes to building AI tools, no matter how simple your AI tool is, you may want to test it first before you deploy it live. So start planning my Nashville date. Okay, so it's going to be asking us a few questions. So let's just say I want it romantic. Okay, and then it's going to ask for the budget. Let's just say 40 to 80. Okay, so it says 40 to 80, and then let's just say barbecue. What part of Nashville are you in or want to explore? Let's just say downtown. Okay, it keeps doing that. Let me just change this, reset that. We don't like the output since it keeps repeating what the user said. We just reset that. Go to my AskSpot account and go to my prompt right here. Okay. Okay, I think our prompt looks good. So let me just change the model. See if that helps makes a difference. Then let's just put numbers on this or okay. Now let's try that again. All right. So start planning. Okay, now let's try to answer that. Okay, any food craving, let's just say Italian. I think it's working just fine now. Earlier it was asking us, it was repeating what we said on the chat. However, it only asked us up to 3 questions. So it didn't went ahead and asked the fourth and fifth question. So let's try to price that again, reset. Now let's see here. Move on to the next question. Question. After collecting users input, move on to the next question. Okay. And then over here also, let's put that. Move on to the next question. We're collecting. Okay, there you go. Now let's see if that will make a difference and start asking all of the listed questions. So sometimes you really have to, continuously refine to get the output that you want on the AI. So let's make sure to refresh that and start again. Okay, let's just say laid back. Let's just say under 40. Okay, so it wasn't able to get our input um, of under 40. So let's go back again right here and see what else can we do in here. Okay. After after collecting all responses, acknowledge the users. Okay, let's just try this. Acknowledge it and move on to the next question. So just so that it would be able to know the user input. Acknowledge and move on to the next question. Okay. Now let's try that again and go back to 4.0, see that if that makes a difference. And do a preview. Reset. Okay. Let me just refresh, make sure this is reflecting on this. Question numbers were not showing. Okay, so now it said first question for you. Let's just say laid back. Okay, now let's just say, let's do a different number. No, no, I think I made it worse. So it only went to our second question, and then provided us with the exact output. Okay, so now I'm going to ask for help for my ChatGPT assistant. So let's just say this is the prompt I'm using. It only goes to the second or third question, then generates the entire output. It should go through all five questions, and that would be my AskSpot Canvas Creator Assistant. I can give you guys a link in the chat also, so you can start using this. So, Canvas Creator Assistant, AskSpot Canvas Creator Assistant, right there. Okay, so what it did is it refined our prompt. It gave us a refined version of the system prompt. I think this is good, so let's try that. And start testing again. Save that. Now, let's do another preview. Reset. Okay. Let's do a new tab for that. All right, now let's start planning again. And let's say romantic. Let's say 80 plus. Okay, so I think it's going good so far. Let's just say Italian. We're on our third question. Okay, it went to the fourth question. Awesome. Now, let's try this. All right. Okay, I think it's working, guys. We're on to our fifth question. So let's say no, no allergies. Allergies. Okay, great. All right. So I think it was able to do now what we are asking it to. So date night plan, restaurant. So it provided us with the following type, the neighborhood, the vibe, the budget, a few tags, and then description. Okay, that's good. And then the activity is walk around Broadway and enjoy live music. So after a delicious Italian dinner, take a stroll down Broadway to experience the vibrant Nashville nightlife. Okay, I think this is good so far. And that's it. It's a fully working date night planner that will give your users something that they can actually use. And this can also help drive real results for partners and maybe sponsors. So actually, this was a suggestion from an AskSpot user. So they wanted to create like a local date night planner bot, and they wanted me to show them how to create it. I think they're sharing it with their, what do you call this, the local chamber or something. So, so yeah, this is the exact prompt. And then I think there's also an Carla, an Aspot user who wanted to use this for her newsletter. So that's good. There's a lot of use cases that you can do for this. I mean, whether your clients are in food, entertainment, tourism, or maybe in a local media, this can definitely add immediate value to their ecosystem. So, let's see here in the chats. If you have any questions at all, feel free to put that in the chat. Deb says, may we have the source doc so we can understand the formatting and layout? Yeah, certainly. Let me give you the link to this source doc. Could you send this via email? Are you referring to the output, to this output from the AI? Okay. This can be sent via email. However, you will need to set up a webhook for that if you want this result to be sent via their email and have them have a copy. And also, you can also send a copy to yourself as the owner of this tool. That is possible using webhooks. So let me just put the knowledge document for that. Document for, for local planner bot, local data planner bot. Okay, there you go. And if you also want to generate your own knowledge base like for your own city when you're building this spot right here, so I'll definitely recommend Claude for that. As you can see, it was able to generate like at least 16 pages of Nashville local restaurants and activities guide for us. So yep, you can just go to Claude. This is my free account in Claude. I didn't pay any subscription to get this kind of output. Dave says, where's the training on how to use webhooks? Oh, that is available inside the school community. So all you need to do is go to the search bar and then type in webhooks. I have a lot of different use cases on how you can use webhooks. So I have webhooks, setting up webhooks for a chatbot, for an IntelliForm, for a Spotlight, for a Canvas. So that is available inside the AskSpot school community right here, right there. And if you want, guys, also on our next live house session, I can show you how to set up webhooks. However, I'm only using make.com platform for this webhook. So if you're using Zapier, if you're using Go High Level, you can still learn how to set up webhook. However, I'll be using a different software for that. So you can use any software that you want as long as they have webhooks set up on there. Okay, any other questions? Oh, right. I need to share this canvas. Let me put that right on the chat, Deb. So copy link, put that right here in the chat, duplicate link for the night planner bot. There you go. I just put that on chat. Okay. Anything else from the community? Anything else from you guys? Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good for today. So thank you all so much for joining our live health sessions. And again, if you need anything or if you have any questions, feel free to send them to support at askspot.ai. Thank you and have a great Thursday. Bye-bye.